Hi, I'm Darren Atkinson. We got into rallying many years ago when we first went to watch a rally at Fluteborough, which pretty much catch my eye of it all.
Yeah.
And thought, well, we'll have a go at this one day. I was lucky enough to have been introduced to Martin Rogerson, the local garage owner, as you know, down the road, Martin, who supported me along with a lot of other people. And that's pretty much where it started from.
Yeah. So, please can you explain what rallying is from the perspective of a driver and like any personal achievements that you've achieved in rallying?
As a driver, I suppose it's all about the competition, the you know, your stage is set out and how you're going to get around it in the quickest possible manner. There's no point in throwing it away on the first stage. We have done that many a time. And from there on, you know, you get better, learn the car, learn the tracks and what you're doing. And it's pretty much, it's fairly intense. There's a lot of preparation that goes towards getting to the rally. Depending on the rally you're intending to do. The rallies what we do now have probably been more bigger rallies, whereas when we was like in our teens, you know, going over to the Manx, for example, or doing a Jim Clark, it was just something like a sort of, you'd never dream you'd be able to do it or afford to do it.
The rallying has a reputation of being very expensive. Motorsport in general is like insanely expensive. So from your experience, like what makes it so costly?
What makes it so costly? Well, as you know, I do a lot of the work, if not all the work. And I have a good mate of mine, Darren, who helps me as well. And we do the car. So if you was a privateer setting out and you wasn't able to have the premises to prepare the car or the knowledge, then you'd have to pay somebody. So then, you know, you're on quite expensive rates, I suppose. Not probably expensive. If you took your car into a garage, you'd probably expected to pay, you know, upwards of £100 an hour, and
that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So all that aspect of it, we do save a considerable amount of money on that. And then you've got the entry fee, which is another aspect. You know, the rallies in which we do now, they're upwards entry fee, and insurance is like £1,000.
My goodness.
And then overnight, you know, say if you go to Isle of Man, you're basically blocking off a week where you're committed to doing the recce. You've gone over there, you've got to stop in an accommodation, then there's all the food aspect, which you don't really think of when you're at home. So it
adds up.
It adds up. Then you've got your fuel cost, you know. During the event, you might spend £500 or £600 just on fuel alone in the car, and then,
oh my goodness,
you know, your ferry crossing on top.
Many British rally drivers work full time. So how do you balance working and rallying?
Well, I'm fortunate that I work for myself. So I'm quite, in some respects, flexible to a degree. So if I want to go and pick some parts up or tyres, I can, or spend an hour or two, you know, prepping up what I want to, say, my van, looking at my van before we set off, anything like that. But it can become difficult because if in a month there's 2 championship rounds that you're doing, you could only have a short period in between, which means a lot of late nights as well as working. So it can catch you out when you get to the next round, because you've put all your effort into that rally you've just done. You then go to 1-2 weeks later, which is the same amount of effort, and obviously pressure's on if you're doing well in a championship. So it is, work-life balance is difficult, and then there's a financial issue because you've got to work.
Also, sponsorships is a big thing in rallying. How important has sponsorships been in your career personally?
Well, I've been quite fortunate in the last 3 years that, as you know, Aldi and Fisher have come on board, which has tremendously helped out. You know, if we'd have had the backing of that, say 15 years ago,
Yeah.
we've probably done a lot more than what we've done in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
We have won the championship in our class 3 years on the run.
Which is pretty impressive.
It is very impressive. I don't think anybody else has managed to do that.
Wow. Yeah. So
And we've managed to finish third in the championship,
which is incredible.
Yeah, which is obviously good for Haldane Fisher.
So you've mentioned Haldane Fisher. What do you look for in a sponsor, and what is their role?
Well, as you know, our dad come on board, as
Yes.
we say. He was stood not so far from where we're at now.
Yeah.
Where we actually ended on the roof, which wasn't
Yes.
very good. You know, we was running, I think, 7th overall out of 100 odd, which, you know,
it's still
stunning.
Impressive, yeah.
Yeah. And a little bit of a misjudgment as the car had gone off before us in front.
Yeah.
We slid off, and unfortunately went on its roof.
Yeah.
Your dad jumped to the to the aid, which he didn't know me at the time, just knew of me, and I knew of him.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where it started. Whereas he said, you know, is there something we would be able to do for you?
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, that's, you know, we could do something. I can promote your name.
Yeah.
I can do best I can on my interviews, you know.
So I wanted to ask what preparation is like, and what preparation is required to attend a rally. You spoke about it briefly, but is it a very stressful process? Is it a complicated process? Like what do you have to prepare for?
It can be very stressful in that getting everybody to gel together. We're meeting here, we're doing this, and as everybody works and they give up their free time to help me, it can be very stressful if things aren't going right, as in we've not got the car prepped up ready, the van wants loading up, there's been an accident on the motorway, all these things, but getting prepared for the rally, the routes, obviously that's, you know, the navigator, he will send me, you know, the notes, he'll send me the DVD of the stages which we're going to be doing and the format in which it's done. Now, sometimes I would sit down, you know, and go through the notes, but in later years I've decided, well, I'd rather see it for myself. Really, it's all in the detail of that, and where there might be a lot of information in the notes, which I might find irrelevant to me. Some people would say, well, I want that in. And I'll just say, well, there's no need to have any of that in. I think we'll just keep it simple. And that's pretty much how I drive, you know.
When you get into that car, is it like just locked in? You're just ready to go? Just
No, I'm probably quite calm. Some people are quite stressful. I like to keep it calm, even though when things can be going wrong.
Oh, I could imagine.
You've almost got to think, well, the situation, what we're in now, what can we do to improve it? As opposed to throwing a big wobbly and saying, that's over, we're finished, you know, just not give up, you know, until you finish that last stage, it's never over.
No. We talked about you as a driver, but obviously having a co-driver is really, like, it's probably the relationship with your co-driver is really important. So what makes a strong co-driver partnership?
Navigators. They're very hard to find.
Okay.
You know, somebody that's going to be very calm, not make a misjudgment on the part of timing. You know, his role is equally as important as mine. Although I have to drive the car, you know, if he gets his timings wrong, you book in early, you get a penalty. You know, it could be 2-4 minutes.
Wow.
You know, it's massive. So that can drop you from, you could be in the top 15 and top 20. It could drop you back to 60, 70 overall. So his role in it is more important, I would say, than mine. But getting somebody that's going to be calm, composed, you know, can almost like picture what's coming in front of him or her. It's quite difficult to keep, you know, you could be going fast 1 minute, then you obviously back down to slow speeds, which is, so he has to be in sync with your driving as well, and not everybody can do.
What are your personal goals for the next few seasons? Is there anything that you really want to win, or just what you're thinking?
Well, we've been a bit cheeky this year because we've actually gone out and bought some.
Oh wow!
Which is quite special, really. It's an S2000. It's quite an old car in modern terms, but nevertheless, it's an S2000 Fiesta.
Yeah.
It's actually it's known to the area, so we've got that to hopefully bring out next year.